Spencer, good morning to you. How's it going?
Good. All right. First day of the month.
I know. Can you believe it? Last week, it was just last week, we all gathered across the county for a fire awareness and prevention forum.
Yeah.
We had them here in Shelton. There was one in Belfair at the North Mason School Board office, and then up at Lake Cushman at District 18. And at each location, they had representatives from a wide variety of groups and topics for discussion.
Our expert panel.
The expert panels all
Yes.
across. And put on by the EDC. Karin and Jennifer here for their weekly visit. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
Good morning.
That was a good and informative time at all three spots. I had a chance to check out the videos from the other two locales, and everybody had some pretty good information to share.
Good information, good questions, and it was interesting as we get the numbers from afterwards, how many people watched it later.
Yeah.
Might just stream all of our events moving forward.
The one that we did is about 3,000 or more now.
Yeah, so
I
we're
went
at
to the
close.
Shelton one, yeah.
Combine them all,
That's
we're
good.
at close to 4,000 views on, which hopefully translates into very little fires, very good recognition on what it is that we can look out for,
Yeah.
and we'll be able to enjoy the summer a little bit better.
Yeah, it was just fascinating to hear about all the different ways that the different organizations have to kind of deal with this, get ready for things in their own unique departments. Eric Shallon from Green Diamond at ours was talking a lot about what happens on Green Diamond land, and they are quite accommodating for folks and have over the years, but when it comes to this stuff, zero tolerance. They are in it to make sure that their properties are protected, as well as the properties that kind of
Border them.
border them for sure.
Yeah.
Well, and to hear him talk about the controlled burns that they do and the research they go into it.
Yeah.
We as kind of Joe Q citizen never really think about that. They check wind direction, wind speed, they check cloud cover, what's going to really impact us the least. And it was nice to see a neighbor of ours be that considerate, and we need to kind of return that favor.
One of the things that we were talking about too was the disaster animal rescue team came out of the Deckerville fires a few years back, and we're a rural community, and folks have farms, and there are animals on farms, and what do you do with these large animals? Because you may not be able to transport all 12 of your horses in one. You don't have a trailer that big.
You may not have enough time.
Right.
You might not have enough time. So the work that they do with PJ and Ross and those two have worked hard on that, and now it's enveloped into part of the emergency management deal. It's pretty cool.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want to leave our animals.
No.
They become part of our family, and it's important to have that plan in place. Who's going to grab who? Same with kids.
Yeah.
A little 2-year-old's not going to really recognize what's going on. Who's going to grab and run?
Remember the suggestions for the marking, like writing on the animals?
Yeah. Writing stuff on the
Sharpie
horse,
on them.
on the horse hooves or whatever you
or
can.
bellies. Yeah.
I wish my family did that for me. I get lost at Walmart. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Who's this kid?
They found you eventually.
It was turned up.
Much to their chagrin. The other thing, too, I thought Chief Patty had a pretty good one. I think it was him on house numbers and numbering systems.
Yeah.
Because some folks, I've been out to your place, and Spencer,
I had to
and
do double take.
I had to, and you gave me good directions, and GPS didn't send me down some creek, but still, I had to kind of figure out where I was going. And the one that they talked about, if you have a long driveway, to note the length of the driveway and your turnaround avails.
Right.
Like if you have your big fire tender truck heading down there, are they going to be able to turn around and get out?
Yeah.
Because if they're not sure, I don't think you're not going to test it in the middle of a fire.
It's a risk
right.
for the firefighters. And the other one was there was somebody there that had they were talking about a descriptor of what you can find down there, like gravity-fed well.
Right.
Or
giant pool you can just suck up.
Yeah.
whatever you can give them to help you, seconds matter.
Yeah, the more information, the better, and it does help you, the homeowner, property owner, your neighbors, as well as the first responders. It's important.
I always wondered how they do that, because in the rural areas, you'll see like a tree with the addresses
Right.
from the first part of the
on
road.
a little piece of board that you can.
Yeah, there's like
clearly
9
read the-
addresses there, and then you're like, do I go up the hill this way, left, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know how they.
And I get that people like their privacy,
Yeah.
and that's kind of one of the reasons they move into a rural community. But times have changed.
I think there's also something to be said. They had a few displays of what it could look like. And during fire season, it's very easy to put a bigger sign together and put out there at the end of your driveway.
Sure, and then come October, you put it
pull
away
it,
if you
pull
feel.
it back in if you feel like hibernating through the winter. So, you can make them temporary if you don't want to have quite the display.
EDC's got a lot of members, and you guys are having a party on the 1st of August?
1st, out at the Ridge Motorsports Park.
Tell me about that.
We're going to celebrate their 7th year here with us, and then the grand opening of their performance center. That'll be fun. We got to do a little tour a week or so ago, and it's coming right along. It's going to look great.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Kapowson will be jumping in. They're celebrating their
40 years.
40 years here in our community.
Wow.
That's awesome.
I know. Big round of applause.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it'll be great. Our sponsors are Mason Transit Authority, Heritage Bank, Hood Canal Communications, The Ridge, Little Creek Casino, and Kapowson.
Should get those buses around that track, see what they do.
Mason,
Come out and test your bus driving
Kathy
skills.
Geist in there. Yeah.
You didn't hear that from me, but that'd be kind of, there's your bus rodeo right
Yeah.
That's
You
fun.
could. I went around the track in my Subaru. It's not that great, 4-cylinder. Wasn't that
She
exciting?
didn't even challenge it. She
I
mostly
didn't.
went,
35.
30 sounds like a great speed.
Here comes the hairpin to do it at 5. 6 if you're lucky. That's
Yeah.
fun.
No, it's a lot of fun. But the fire prevention, we really want to thank you guys very much for all of your time and effort that you put into it.
Was a fun
Tiger
event.
Media,
Yeah,
Mason
well.
Web TV for streaming it.
Yeah,
for sure.
big
Live.
shout out to Chief Sexton up at Lake Cushman, Bo Bakken, Jeremy Hicks in Belfair,
Oh,
and then Captain Whitehouse, Chief Patty, and Norma Brock here, Eric Shallon. It was amazing. Every logo that you see on there donated hours and hours of time, money. Sierra Pacific, Mankey, Green Diamond, the county,
The Shopper,
Yeah.
the Journal.
Yeah.
City of Shelton.
It really
emergency
was
management.
a joint effort. that-
Yeah, and Ross McDowell and Tammy too. Big shout out to them as well.
Next year?
Yes, they've all
Yep.
asked for it again next year.
Look for it in May.
Yeah,
Oh. I
Date.
will.
before.
Mark your calendars now. Just put a hold on May. We don't know when. We don't know where.
Well, that's
but
good because, we're in fire season now, so
Yeah,
give
that
it some
information
prep
out
time.
beforehand.
I think that was pretty interesting too. How to prep your property. If you haven't done that yet, in May is a better time to start
Yeah.
cutting back the grass and how do you protect your tree so it doesn't stay around.
Good stuff.
a lot of good information.
ChooseMason.com for more information on what the EDC does.